no law that expressly bars parallel tallying. Probably the announcement of results, but parallel tallying center, what is really wrong with that?
Starting with me?
Yes.
You know, Bonnie said it very clearly, that please don't preach on how people should take water and how good it is, while you yourself, you are drinking wine. Last election, general election 2013, it is very clear in evidence that Jubilee, they are their own tallying center. And we know it by name. It was produced in court. It was accepted in court. And it's only now when NASA says we are going to have our own parallel tallying center. One Ruto here, Deputy President, and his President, they're coming out to say that is illegal. What is illegal when they did it themselves? Secondly, what's wrong by announcing citizen polling station votes which has been garnered here? And the Kalwale is sitting at the tallying point at KICC that has been established by NASA. And the Mudama, being the chief agent of NASA in citizen polling station, I'm calling Bon Halwale and telling him, my brother Bon Halwale, so many votes has been announced here as follows. What is wrong with that information, which I'm having it? Is the problem just giving it to Kalwale at KICC? You believe they have no basis? They are just scared of us getting the numbers correctly because they know 75% of the country is with NASA. They should stop those fears, apply democracy in this country, and accept the odds that wins the race of the 130.
Before we go to Senator Matangi, let's hear what you have to say about this.
It is important for the President to know that his word is not law. What will guide us at this election are the statutes that speak to that.
Yet even the IEBC chairman has mentioned the fact that probably a separate tallying center, a parallel tallying center, could be illegal.
Yes, I want to address even Chebukati.
He could also be wrong.
I want to address even Chebukati. Chebukati is a new player in politics in this country, but it doesn't mean that when he has become the chairman of IEBC, he has become a guru. He is not. In a ruling in the High Court in Kakamega in the year 2011, Bernard Masiga Shinali versus Dr. Boni Khalwale, election petition. I lost the petition and the case turned on only one thing, that Justice Lenaola allowed an agent of Shinali who was in the tallying center at Mahoho. He had been doing his own tallying, in fact on a cardboard. He came with that cardboard in court. So when he presented as a witness the result as recorded by him on that cardboard and compared with the results that were tallied by the RO, the returning officer, Justice Lenaola, who now sits in the Supreme Court, then ruled that the result that I was given a win by the returning officer, in quotes official, was not credible because the results given by this witness, who was tallying privately in that place as the results were coming, was different. So he didn't know which was the win, the one on the cardboard or the one by the arrow. So I want to tell President Uhuru and Jubilee in general that they can whine, they can cry, they can do. This is what I will do. I will have a personal tallying center in Kakamega, tallying my votes as governor and tallying the votes of the NASA flag bearer. And whatever I get, I'll transmit it very quickly to the NASA tallying center in Nairobi as the result of Kakamega. And I expect Mudama to do the same in Machakos and everybody to do the same. If Jubilee doesn't want to do, it is because they think they own IEBC. For their information, I have dissected this and I've realized that we are going to have 5 tallying centers. The first one will be the official IEBC center. The second one will be the NASA tallying center. The third one will be the Jubilee tallying center. The fourth one will be the tallying center by media houses. And the last one, which is the most critical, the one for security, will be by the National Intelligence Service. It will have to be satisfied so as to advise the president that please go and accept defeat. The NIS must go and advise the president that in our assessment, go and concede. They cannot do that. They cannot do that out of nowhere. And now, let me tell you, in 2002, when Uhuru conceded defeat, I am speaking from a point of knowledge that Boynet went and informed President Moi that Uhuru must concede defeat in 2002 because NIS in those days NISS had tallied and found that Uhuru had lost. At that stage, Kibuitu had not announced. So we want to get Uhuru to get used with these jokes of Akina Chebukati that NIS will face Uhuru and tell him concede. Because if you don't concede, the result we have is the same one as NASA Tallying Center has, the country will blow.
Okay. Senator Matangi, what do you have to say about
that? Well, the two gentlemen have spoken a lot. Combined, I think they have spoken for more than 10 minutes.
You can even do 15.
Yes, that's
even 20.
Yeah, that's what
we've given you.
But
the one who
you know,
awarding,
they say that a lie is a lie is a lie. And I want to tell this gentleman and tell the country, because the country is listening to this debate, and especially this is a very important issue, that one, these two gentlemen, whatever they have been saying, not now, in the past few weeks about a tallying center and all those explanations you've had, there is nothing that they have informed the country that has not happened and that has not happened before. These stories you're hearing about tallying centers, I want to remind you, when they went to petition the election of the president himself, they had filed data that they had collected themselves in their own tallying. There is nothing so spectacular that even in the past they have tallied results. It is not something they're inventing now, unless they want to say that they have not been tallying. They have been tallying. Now,
is it wrong?
Now, just let me finish. They spoke, so let me speak. See, what we are not prepared to do, one, as members of Jubilee, and two, as citizens of this country, is to allow them to use a masquerade so that they can find entry to lead this country into chaos. And I'll tell you why I say so. Because, one, they have tallied results before. So there is nothing that is so unique that they have now to make a new announcement that this time we shall be tallying. And there is one thing that people are forgetting, that on the day when they announced the tallying, they also said we shall announce the winner. And this is the problem. Because when you allow them to go and tally, and they go and announce a winner, where do we go as a country? And
it's true, and I'll need you to answer to that question about with regard to announcements.
Yes, and I'll tell you this. The reason why you are hearing that there is now a new clamor and a new climaxing of announcing that this time we shall be tallying is because they want to prepare the country. That we are going to be running a pseudo-legitimate process of tallying, such that when we get the result we do not desire. And this is the whole thing, because part of the major schemes of NASA, part of their bigger plan B, is we shall create gridlock at the end, such that once we have lost the election, then the way to find legitimacy to negotiate and to get Kenyans' minds used to the fact that, remember, how long ago have these people been speaking about elections being stolen? And I want to remind you one thing. How did we change the IEBC? It is because they went to the streets claiming that the elections are going to be stolen. Now, after we got IEBC into place, they continued until we had to rewrite the election laws on their behalf, because they again claimed the elections are going to be stolen. Now, this has now elevated to level 3. Because now they have already told this story and rumors about stealing. Now they want now to prepare the country again. Now we shall be tallying the results. So at the end of the day, they are able to say there was stealing of elections, and gladly, when you already know, Fred,
as you finish your brief, let me ask you this.
Give him another 10 minutes.
Let me ask you this.
Even 20.
Is there a law which expressly bars any party or any institution from conducting a parallel tally?
Now, listen, this is my answer, and it's very simple, Fred. You know, the story of telling is a non-issue. And don't let don't let anybody lead you to that. Now let me finish. Let me finish.
So what is the issue?
Don't let anybody mislead you, because what they are trying to do is to lead you into a wild goose chase while they're aiming their shot elsewhere. You see, even a kid, when your father is running for MCA, even your firstborn son will be having a pen.
So tallying is okay?
That's not the issue. Precisely. The issue is this. Let me finish my point. This is the issue. That these gentlemen, by saying what they have said, and they have made sure that their kingpin in the opposition, one Raila Amolo Odinga, is the one who is announcing, is so that they have now elevated it to the level of almost accepting, legitimizing. So what happens when they dispute the results and the announcement came from their top?
Yes.
What will happen is people now will have, you know, to look back and say this is likely to be true.
You're asking
and then they can try to legitimize the violence they will unleash, and the negotiations want to bring to the table.
Is not an issue. Yeah, that parallel tallying is not an issue.
Yes.
What is disputing is the announcement of the results. And now I'm asking you this question. Don't we run the risk? Yes? Because if we allow that Jubilee can make their own announcement, they can have out of their own tallying, they make their own announcement. NASA, out of their own tallying, they make their own announcement. IEBC then comes and make another announcement. If all these three differ, then where do we go?
And you would have asked this
Senator, now is this your chance?
Okay.
The thing is that bitten once, twice shy. Let me tell you what happened. I was the chief agent of Code Coalition at Bomas of Kenya. There are instances like Tiat constituency, which had 18,000 registered voters. Uru's votes that were announced at Bomas was 58,000 votes. Listen to me. There is an instance in Kisauni, where in one polling station, Raila got 394 votes. Uru got 57.
So you are still tallying.
Form 36. Listen, Form 36 at Bomas showed that Raila had 7 votes and Uhuru had 9 votes. You can see the margin, the difference that was stolen and thrown away. There was another instant of the same. What we are saying here is we'll have our tallying center.
But that time you tallied. That's what is
just a moment.
The fact you're giving now, I'm saying you tallied.
You've had your time. Let's allow him to finish.
I mean, I'm just updating him on his own truths.
We have our votes tallied. If there will be a mess up by announcing the different results, then we have evidence to go to court.
But you will not go ahead and announce your tally.
No, we'll tell our people. We'll tell our people. One moment.
Now, that is the thing.
Can I?
Listen, Freddie. That is the thing.
That they will tell their supporters will ask us one question.
Yes.
Why are you going to court? We tell them we are going to court.
But you'll announce only in case of a dispute.
No, listen. We'll tell our supporters we garnered so many votes, and this is what IEBC declared. Fine. So and for that reason, we are going to the court of law.
Yes. In case of a dispute.
Yes. Thirdly, there's a tag Jubilee is trying to plug on NASA. It is like they are the saints and we are the destroyers. We are destructors. The point here is that we have a lot to lose. Probably, maybe more than Jubilee. Jubilee is a small group of just 2 communities that comes from this corner of the country, this corner of the country. NASA covers 75% of
my friend,
so if there is destruction, first of all, and you know that, Mudama is one of the losers. One moment. Mudama is one of the losers. No, you see, when they say we are planning chaos,
Excuse me. What does that mean? It means that we have nothing to lose.
But
what I'm saying is that we have families.
Yes.
We have businesses in this country, all over this country.
But
just
we want to protect with that declaration. But you know, Fred,
now
you've let
the
me
most
get away with
important thing,
everything.
for purposes of this debate, for purposes of this debate,
it's back to the issue.
For purposes
the
of
announcement
yes,
of the results.
The announcement,
should it be done from these parallel tallies, or should we wait for the official announcement, in as much as each party can do its own tallying of results?
Exactly. For purposes of this debate, what is important is the law.
Yes.
When we went into the joint parliamentary committee that amended electoral laws, the playground has changed. It is now provided in law that the presiding officer at the polling station shall announce the result. And the moment he announces that result, he is going to pin it on the wall at the polling center, and that result is final. Announced. Now, when I get it, because I was at the Marinya polling station, and I transmit it to my coalition in Nairobi, even if my coalition announces there that what we got from Kakamega, from Boni Halwale, was 500 votes for flag bearer of NASA,
as announced by the presiding officer.
As announced by the presiding officer, it is not illegal. What would be illegal? And Wamatangi, this is the difference you must capture. What is the illegal is declaration of the winner. After the presiding officer, the law we have now created, the other person who can declare the winner is at the level of the returning officer at the constituency. He will declare the MCA who has won and the MP who has won. Then the RO
parties will not declare.
No, they will not declare, but they will announce the result to everybody, because what you are announcing is what is already is final. That is the new law. Then when you go to the county, the returning officer of the county again is mandated by law to announce what his tallying is and declare the winner. But the tallying center of NASA and Jubilee can only announce at that level what they have gotten, but will not declare the winner. So upon announcing, if the RO then declares the wrong person, contrary to the position of the announced results, now is when we contest it. So we would like Jubilee to understand there's a difference between announcement of results and declaration of the winner. For the vote of the president, Jubilee Tallying Center, NASA Tallying Center, National Intelligence Service Center will announce what their tally is. After they have announced, they wait for Chebukati now to declare who is the winner. If Chebukati declares a winner who has fewer votes than the results announced by the different tallying centers, then it is subject to challenge. Finally, I would like Kenyans to know that if NASA attempts to announce wrong results, then they are actually fanning violence. Similarly, if Jubilee attempts to move away from the actual result, again they are fanning violence. The responsibility is on both of us.
And on that note, Senator Matangi, I'll give you an opportunity to respond to that, but that when we return.
Thank you.